guys, welcome back. Welcome back to episode 8 of our Zombicide playthrough using the Angry Neighbors expansion. This is Doug Mr. Guy on Board Game Geek, and we are deep in it. Now, there's an event that happened last turn that we're going to cover very quickly, and I first want to thank all of you who gave me responses, very positive responses about what we wanted to have happen here, and the results are overwhelming. So I need to address two quick things, and really it is only two things that we're going to address, which is good. I've been running this playthrough a little more cleanly than I have in the past. It means I'm finally getting the rules down, I guess. But let me go to the board, and I'm going to show you the two things that need to be handled. So first one is going to have to do with what I asked of you guys, which was to let me know about a certain scenario and how you felt about it. So here's the deal. I'm going to push these other zombies outside. But these birds here, these zombie crows, ended up, when we opened this building, there were two zombie crows here, and there was also a companion in the room. Now, we have to keep all these companions alive, so when this companion activated and the zone was filled with zombies, these birds were populated. Unfortunately, I only had 5, and I needed 6. Under the Zombicide rules, if you can't populate a board with enough zombies of a certain type, you put them all out, and then they get a free activation as a result of your shortfall with the miniatures. Now, some people hate that rule. I don't mind it with the regular zombies, but in this scenario, it totally messed us up because the scenario does call for every survivor to survive, or every companion to survive, rather. So when these activated, the only one that counted as a survivor in the room was this companion sniper, and the crows would have killed him, which would have lost us the game, and it's only because I was short 1 miniature. So I put it to a vote. For those of you who didn't see this, I put it to a vote, and a lot of people either wrote me or posted or something and said, yeah, keep going. It was overwhelming. I don't think anybody said, yeah, you lost, sucker, move on. So what we're going to do here is I'm going to leave this scenario exactly as it is. These two birds are here, and we're going to continue on with Tessa, Thesa, whatever her name is, turn, and we'll continue that. I broke it in the mid session of the turns. So then, though, we had these 3. Now, they were over here, and they moved 3. That's their activation. So I did actually give them their activation and move them up, their extra activation, and move them up to be surrounding our guy, Julian. Sorry, the guy who is Julian, who wrote me, I hope you don't die. I don't think you will, but just saying, didn't mean for this to happen. So anyway, they're surrounding him currently, and that's the state in regards to the end of the events from our episode 7. Now there's one more thing. So these 3 zombie dogs, I had not included. This one somehow didn't get put back in the zombie dog deck, but I had excluded the zombie dogs from the scenario because they get 3 activations, and like this scenario here, they're going to take down that barricade and kill them before I can ever get there. And they weren't supposed to be in the game. So I'm going to put this back in its box where it belongs. It somehow got mixed up into our activation cards. I'm going to remove the 3 zombie dogs. Even though they're cool, this was not a good scenario for them, and I knew that, so I didn't want them in the game. And I'm going to replace them. Well, okay, that's even cheesier. I was going to say replace them with 1 walker. I'm going to draw 1 more card just because I think, 3 zombie dogs and then 1 walker, that's not a very good trade-off. So anyway, we're going to say 3 walkers are going to be in there. Then that'll make a little more sense for us. Okay, there we have it. Now, here's the thing with barricades. Okay, should a set of walkers, got a runner in there by accident, should a set of walkers or even these seekers be in here and get an extra activation, if that extra activation will take this barricade down. Until that happens, they only have 1 action, so they won't get through there. Now, they're going to, remember, zombies use first line of sight, then greatest area of noise as where they're going to move, their AI, so to speak. So, in this case, these guys, now, this does not block line of sight, so they can see these 4 guys in here, the 4 companions, and they're going to come to this barricade, okay? I was thinking they'd be running around here because of all the noise, but they can actually see these guys. So they're going to go here. Him, however, he can see Cat, so he's going to head that direction. And the ones in the pit can't get out because they only have 1 activation. Even if they got an extra activation, it takes 2 extra activations just to get out of the pit, so a total of 3. They're not getting out of the pit. So, but if we pass through there, we have to use the same rules with the zombies in the space. And since there's so many there, we're going to have to clear them out before we can move past them. Otherwise, according to the rules, we don't have enough activations to get by them, or enough actions to get by them. Okay, that was it, guys. That cleared everything up. So thank you so much. I appreciate your moment of time there. And let's get on with the rest of the game. Okay, so we were actually at Tessa's turn, and Tessa is right here in the street. Now, she has a very cool weapon in the crossbow. It's not the greatest weapon, but it's very effective. It has a good chance to hit. It only gets 1 die to roll, but it does 2 points of damage, and she's got a scope on it, so she can snipe and choose her targets without having to worry about hitting any of the players. So now we know that in the last turn, Cat picked up this sniper, so Cat and the sniper are together. And so Tessa's going to step in here for 1 action. Remember, she's still only got 3, but if she kills one of these, she's going to get 4. And then, and this is her, by the way, then also coming with her is her companion. She's going to shoot one of the 2 zombie birds, or the crows, and see what we can get done there. Okay, so here we are at the dice bowl. Now remember, Tessa's crossbow, which you can see on the screen, does 1 die, rolls 1 die, does 2 points of damage. We need 3 or better, so let's see if we can get that. Well, she rolled a 6, so she definitely got one of the zombie crows in that roll. So that was her second action. Now that's important because that's going to bump her up 1 more, which will give her extra action. So now she has 3 more actions left. We'll remove this crow from the board. Now the crossbow is silent. It doesn't create any noise when it's used in combat. But that was her first action. So for her second action, she's going to shoot the other one. Okay, guys, here we go. A 2, that's going to miss. So for her third action, she's going to shoot again. And she got a 5 on her third action. So she killed the crows. That will remove the other crows from the board, and then that will bump her up to 8 experience points. She has 1 more action left. That's not really going to do her any good to search, so I think what she's going to do, yeah, this guy's kind of dangerous, but I think we're going to get, well, Wanda's the only one left to go, so if we don't kill, well, he'll just move into the space. He won't get to attack. And then we'll be hand-to-hand. She doesn't have a great hand-to-hand, but Wanda does, because she's got Ma's shotgun, and Wanda will be able to make it all the way there and take several turns. Yeah, we're going to do that. We're going to take her and her companion, and for the last action, she will move into here. She is unafraid of this guy, who is a lost zombivore. Yep. You know, I was thinking they should do it where, and it's not in the rules, just they're pretty straightforward, but I was thinking if they have a gun, they should have ranged attacks. That's just my thought. But because that would make them more like a real zombivore. But anyway, they are tough. They get 5 hits, so that's pretty tough as it is. All right, that's going to end Tessa's turn. Okay, so now we got Wanda's turn. Now, Wanda was the last player to go, and I was originally going to have her go after, was tinkering around, sorry. I was originally going to have her go after this guy. But I changed my mind, and here's why. She needs to save his behind, and that's just the way it is. Now, she can't use any of her ranged weapons because she'll hit him, but she does have Ma's shotgun, which is not a bad melee weapon either, and she's got 4 activations. So she's going to move here for her first action of 4. She's got 3 more actions. She got to kill one of those birds, but at least she reduces the risk of having a character die. While I didn't say it, I was debating on whether or not I was going to use the zombivore rules for the players. I decided against it, just because this is not that long of a scenario, and if they go down, they go down. So we're going to keep Julian alive here. We're going to be using Ma's shotgun, the blade part of Ma's shotgun. It does 1 die, or rolls 1 die, needs a 3+ and does 2 points of damage. Let's hope that Wanda gets some lucky rolls here. A 4, that is enough to kill one of the birds. It is gone. I already marked it, but that puts Wanda up to 8 experience points. And then we're going to go back and try and kill one of the other 2, see if we can get them all in this turn. She's got 2 more actions, so she can do it. Okay, here's our die. We're going to roll for her first attack with Ma's shotgun. Let's get it done. Again, 1 die, 3 to hit, 2 damage. She rolled a 5, so she got one of the next birds there. Boom! That's another bird down. And I'm not going to do it on screen, but that's going to put her up to 9 experience points, so she's solidly in yellow. Now we got one more action with her. She's going to try and take out this last crow, or rather murder of crows. Okay, one die left. Let's see what we get. She failed, so that means that she is actually, Julian's going to have to take a hit because Wanda's already got a wound. She can't afford to take a hit, and she can't afford to lose the guy that she's with. So we're going to have to, when the zombie activation, the attack phase, those crows are going to attack. Julian's going to have to take a wound. Man, so as easy as this scenario may have seemed, it's by the end of it, most of our folks will be wounded by one, and they die on the next one. So I mean, that's pretty. It's been a little more tough than it might seem, even though we're flowing along pretty nicely. So that does end the player actions. Wanda was the last person to go for this turn. So what we're going to do next is we're going to do zombie attacks. Now there's only one zone that has a zombie and players in it, and that's here with the murder of crows. That extra activation did end up stinging us. So Julian is going to have to take a wound to make sure that Wanda does not. So there is the wound. I'm going to take a chance here, guys, since I absolutely know that he's going to go in there and get the evil twins. Instead of dropping the crowbar, which is his only melee weapon, he's going to drop the pistol. Yeah, I know, taking a little bit of a chance, and then we're going to put this wound card there. So when he goes in to search on the next turn, he'll be able to pick up the pistol that's in there. The good thing is Adam's going to go first, and he can come out in the street with his chainsaw. He can come right out here and wail on those guys with a chainsaw. So, but Julian is going to get to move in here and get these guns, though I don't know how much help that's going to be because we need to get into that room and get those survivors. I guess that these three, what we may end up doing is having these three go in to collect the survivors, and these three, maybe two of the three or something, stay out and defend the streets to keep the building from being flooded with zombies. Because remember, we're going to spawn zones, and there's a huge horde coming down that way. We'll see how it plays out. But anyway, guys, let's go on to zombie moves now. Well, first we got the mega horde down here, so they're going to mosey on up. Nothing in there moves extra special, right? I'm looking to see if I don't have any runners. I just have some very infected people there. So the hot dog guy, the guy in the hot dog suit, and this guy, I don't know who he is exactly, but he's got a cool coat on. He's a very important infected person. And this chef is this guy in the chef outfit is a very infected person, as is this guy, this girl here. I'm not sure what she is, but they're very infected. I'm sure if I look on the box it'll tell me. Maybe I'll throw it up on screen for you if I can get a clip of it. Okay, next up, the Lost Zombivore is going to move into this room with Tessa and her companion. Now, Tessa's wounded too, so we got to make sure this guy goes down next turn. That is faux show. And Kat can't really do anything to him. She's just got a crowbar, kind of wasted actions for her. But Fred has a fire axe, a little better. Tessa, though, can shoot him at will, no matter who's in the room with her, because of her sniper scope on her crossbow, and she's got the Zom Knuckles. Not a great weapon, but you know, in a pinch it'll do. Anyway, let's move on to the rest of the movement. These ones here are going to pile up against the barricade. They can't get through it. They don't have enough activations or anything. And, oh wait, these two are runners. Oh my gosh. This is bad news. Bad news. I forgot that those were runners. So, I think we just put ourselves in a predicament. I don't see... Now, you can shoot diagonally, but we're not going to be close enough. Man, oh man. Well, maybe... No. They're all 0 to 1 range weapons. I think we are going to end up losing the game as a result of this encounter, this event here. I'll tell you why. I didn't got to look at my miniatures more closely, and I know that's what they are. They're actually runners. So what's going to happen in this turn is they're going to move up here with the runner's second activation. And I'm going to look up the barricade rules, but I'm pretty sure this is right. Yeah, it says pretty clearly with the like a runner, his second activation will be to rip down the barricade. So unless I can pull off some miracle where I can get, I don't know how to do that, where I can get somebody over there, like if they had the slippery ability or something, but none of my characters have that ability. And even if they leveled up, they wouldn't have that ability. Bummer. Well, we'll play it out and see how it goes, but basically these two runners move in here and... Wait, do they have line of sight? Let me look at that. They may split. It's still not going to matter, though. Because if they split, if they come this way... Well, these guys are... No. 1, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 1, 2, 1, 2. Yeah, they're still closer here. They're going to run this way regardless. So I'm trying to figure out if there's a way to salvage that scenario, but there isn't. So we'll play it out. This is we'll see how it goes. Now I'm going to be honest with you guys. If I get to the end of this turn and I don't see line of sight, I don't see, maybe we lost one turn later than we expected. I don't know. But let's do the activate. Let's do the zombie spawns and see where we fall. Okay, so for this zone here, we're going to spawn a lost zombivore right there. That's okay. That's not going to be the end of the world for our heroes. And then up on top here, we got our 2 spawn points. So we're going to have 2 seeker runners here. Oh, do I have how many? I gotta look and see how many seeker runners I have. We may run into the scenario again with running out. And 4 walkers on this side, and then, well guys, that actually ends the scenario again, because that went down when they activated, right? Because of their special ability, the seeker zombies, when I pull this, the 2 runner seekers are going to get an activation, which means they're going to move into here. They haven't killed anybody yet, but they're going to. I mean, they're going to kill 2 of the survivors before I can get to them next turn. So anyway, okay, and then we have 2 regular runners right here. So just for clarity's sake, let me explain this one more time so you know where I'm coming from. By the way, aren't these cool barricade miniatures? I love them. They got like the mattresses stuffed over the corrugated steel and the little. It's really cool. Anyway, here's the scenario that I'm just going to run through it one more time because we are definitely going to be ending our game here. There's no question. We won't survive. I'm going to leave it up to you guys, see if you can find a way we can get to these guys, but I don't see how it would happen. There's no doors. The only door's over there, and we're so far away from it. When I place these guys, or when these guys moved, they got 2 activations. They started here. They moved here for 1. On their second activation, they destroyed the barricade. Okay? Then, the special ability of the Seekers is when you draw one of their activation cards, the Seekers on the board get another activation. We did draw one. That means that they have now moved into here with 1 activation. Now, they don't get 2 activations when that happens. They just get 1. But still, it's put us in a place where any hope we had of getting to those guys is history. There's no way we can get to them and save any of them, or all of them, because remember, we can't have any of them die. So this is the risk in this scenario. This scenario seemed really easy, but the Seeker zombies, man, they're a lot tougher. They should be worth maybe 2 experience points because they are a lot tougher than the other basic game zombies. Even the Berserker zombies from Season 2 or the toxic zombies are much easier to deal with than these Seekers. These Seekers can cause havoc. So I think that what we're going to do there, I don't know, guys. I'll put the zombies now. I'm not even going to bother, guys. We can't win this. I'm just looking at it going, there's no way. If I did, man, let's just say for the sake of argument that Kat was able to kill this guy in 1 shot. She has 4 activations. She come here. The most she could do in there with her gun, her spaz, is kill 6 of the ones in that space, but she wouldn't be able to pass through it. Then you have Tessa, who could move up there, but Fred could make it up there and maybe get 1 shot with his hand cannon in there. So that would be 9. There'd still be 3 zombies there. Tessa might be able to take out 1 and move, but there's no way she could get. She'd have to get up to here to shoot these guys if she had the sniper with her. So they'd have to exchange companions, which would take an action. I don't see how we're going to do that. I really don't. I think we're history on this one, guys. I mean, geez. Just don't know, fellas. Don't know, people. Okay, well, I'm going to leave it at that. Okay, guys, here's our scenario. It's looking pretty bleak. Let's see if we can get it done next turn. We'll have to see. I wish there was some way to blow a hole in the wall. That'd be cool, but we don't have that. And so we got our way down over here. We got our new lost zombivore coming out. We got a huge horde, 2 runners, Seeker runners coming up this way. These guys are gonna have to deal with that mess, and then we got 2 coming this way. So they're gonna beeline toward Fred, but we can't afford to have Fred stop them. We have to keep pushing forward if we have any chance of getting those 2 in there. So that's that, guys. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I will talk to you next time.